Hello, I'm Jennifer Witt, Director of ProjectManager.com. Well, welcome to our whiteboard session today on what is issue management. Well, let's take a look. If you've seen some of our other whiteboard sessions, we've talked about one of the main things of a project that we control during the project. It's the triple constraint. So the triple constraint is keeping track of the scope, the deliverables we're producing, the cost and all of the expenses and the budgets, the time and the schedules, and the quality. So in order to preserve the triple constraint, we're always looking at issues, changes, risk. But in this whiteboard session, we want to look at specifically how to manage and track the issues. So let's take a look. As you know, in the project management plan consists of multiple plans within there, managing, and it outlines how to manage the time, scope, cost or budget, quality, change, all the other knowledge areas of the project. But specifically, there's one that some people may not put in there, but I think it's really important to put in there, and it's the issues management plan. So just like we outlined the other plans, we want to specifically document the different specifics, the process on how to manage the issues within the project. So we want to outline the process. We want to look at and document who, what, when, where, how to manage the issues on the project. Specifically, who can raise an issue, who gets notified, how do they get notified, what do we do, what is the process, so that we can handle these promptly and properly throughout the project. Then we want to identify what tool we're going to use to manage and track the issues. So now, luckily, there's project management software that does a fantastic job of managing and tracking the issues on the project. Some people today still use Excel, which is also an effective tool because many people on the project have access to Excel and they can also use it easily. And then also a lot of people use templates. So these are some tools that can help you manage them effectively. And then we want to look at some of the activities. So what are some of the activities for issues management that we're going to use throughout the project? So some of those activities look like identifying the issues. So what is the process that we do to identify the issues? So we're always looking at different components. We're looking at the requirements document. We're looking at the cost and budget expenses. We're looking at time. We're looking at the schedule. We're also looking at the quality. So any of these areas on the project can be places where we can look for identifying issues. Another big area that we can look to is listen to our project team members, listen to our stakeholders, listen to what's happening, listen to what's preventing certain groups or people from getting things done. Those are areas where issues can arise. So we want to outline the details of the issues. What is the exact issue and what are the details of it? We want to be able to assign an owner, so it's a specific person. We've learned that if we just assign it to a group or some nebulous unit, no one really takes ownership of it and no one knows to track it and manage it or resolve it. So we want to assign a specific person. We want to determine the due date, so determining the due date is important so we know when it needs to be resolved, or otherwise we begin escalating. Again, so all in the effort of trying to prevent any kind of impact to the project or any other risk to the project. We also want to detail the resolution, because if an issue occurs and it's resolved for good, we want to know what resolved that issue, because if it arises again, we want to be able to do that quickly. If an issue was arising during the project and we had a resolution and it came back, we want to know not to do that again, because the issue is probably going to arise again. So you want to document that for historical purposes. You also want to remember to document and track the issues not only once, it's a frequent thing. It's done all along the project very frequently, and you want to communicate the issues to the different team members, vendor partners, stakeholders, anyone who is participating or contributing to the project. so they'll know. But these are some of the areas that are used to manage issues on your project, and I hope this helps. If you need a tool that can help you manage your issues on your project, then sign up for our software now at projectmanager.com.